Welcome to the city in the forest, where the Intense League takes center stage on Saturday night. Week 5 is getting ready to wrap up, but not before the Inferno take on the Outriders in a huge rematch from a few weeks ago. But this one is going to be even bigger with the playoffs coming up in a few weeks. You look at that West standings, Outriders and Inferno tied for first place, but only one of them will be able to say that they're in first place after tonight finishes. Hello everyone, I'm Jay Wire-Bonnet alongside Maria Mateus. We're back at it again to watch these players play, but in a very different format that fans are still getting used to.
Extremely different, extremely more fun and exciting. This is what Intense is about. We only have one serve here, so if you miss it, you move on to the next point. If you hit a clean winner, you get 2 points. My favorite thing to see is how coaches have used substitutions as we get further in this season, as well as timeouts. There are always 5 timeouts allowed.
Well, and the scoring system was what made their last matchup so much fun. With the clock running down, coming all the way down to that very final point, the Inferno were down 2 that needed a clean winner to get those 2 points, but it dragged on too long, but thanks to the intelligence of Sofia Cabezas Maria, they were able to pull that one off.
It was absolute insanity, and even us in the booth just could not believe what happened, but Cabezas has had a plus 57 cumulative over the season. But someone else who's been playing very well is Joao Ciolin, her teammate, and he's plus 8. He's been doing way, way better compared to the start of the season. The way he just got wheels and his acceleration and the way he can move around the court and find a way to step in and look for those 2-pointers makes him a very, very dangerous person in this MVP race. As well as Blue Baker, he had a very rough start to the season, JY. We all saw it, but you know what? He had his best arc last Wednesday with plus 5 for his team. Definitely the standout performer. And I'm looking at him just using his very aggressive strokes to find his way in like we see there and just trust himself just a little bit more. We believe in Blondie. He needs to believe in himself too.
And you can't forget about Jamie Connor and Uswaric are not on that team, so it's going to be a lot of fun. When we come back, we'll find out. The Inferno will stay red hot, or the Outriders are going to take him down.
Welcome to Intense Arena
at the beautiful Assembly Studios.
It's time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense.
But first things first.
Forget everything you know about regular tennis.
Because Intense is built different.
Faster pace.
Bigger energy.
With teams battling it out from start to finish.
You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
So let's break it down for you.
To start, every team has 8 pros.
4 men.
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc, and you can think of it like one giant team showdown. Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc.
Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
All stacked together in one running team score. So even if one bolt ends,
the pressure doesn't.
Every point carries over until the final buzzer.
Now for the serving rules. That's where things get wild.
1 toss, 1 serve, miss it, and the point's gone.
There's also a 14-second shot clock between points, and play is at the server's pace.
So turn your back, you might get burned.
No waiting around, no resetting the vibe, and yes, we do play lets.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions, so if a player needs to catch their breath,
or if a coach wants to change up the strategy, there are substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Blast the clean winner, that's 2 points.
The scores from every bolt are added up along the way, and the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, you, the super loud fans. You will never get shushed.
First of all, that's rude.
That's rude. That's rude.
Second of all,
we want you to act like actual sports fans.
And we want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team, like Ridge.
The Outriders.
Like the altitude.
Like the smash.
Like the rips.
Fortune.
Freeze.
Inferno.
Sting.
Like Team Rise.
Or if you want to cheer against your rivals,
we're here for it.
Bring it on.
So now you know the Intense rules.
But the only way to experience Intense is to see it in action. So let's get this arc started.
Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia. We are inside Stage 5. Intense Arena is filling up as our teams are getting ready to go at it tonight. Let's take a look at our center line athletic lineups, starting with the Inferno.
Well, Jamie Connell and Usui Arkanata have just been incredible this entire season, especially when you pair them up for the mixed doubles. But like we said, Blue Baker's playing a lot better. Naomi Chung, especially on returns, has been doing way, way better. This team needs to clean up some serves, but overall very, very dangerous. But they're coming up against the Outriders, which also are a very, very tough team. We have Sofia Cabezas, who's been in the MVP running. We've got Corey Craig, who's just so solid, and Joao Ciolin. I'd like to see Zoe Hammond pick her level up just a little bit. We're gonna have to see every single player on both of these teams try and play their best, especially when the playoffs are on the line.
Yeah, what's gonna be really interesting for the Outriders is they've been so stable, very consistent, and the one time they had one of their teammates just really step up, which they did Ciolin in the last one, they had a huge win. So this team is extremely reliable. Let's see if they can bring it back tonight. But for now, let's go courtside. A third member of our team, Kelly Crow, with Zhao Xiaolin.
Thanks a lot. Well, Zhao, for you individually and your team, the last two arcs, it feels like you guys have even raised your level of play. Where do you think you've improved the most over the course of this season?
I think just understanding the game. It's different type of tennis, you know. I think in the first two matches we're going for too much and missing, trying to get those 2 points. But at the end of the day, we got to make balls and run. That's the style I've played my whole life. So just trying to do the best I can.
Interesting format. The last time you faced off against this team, however, it came down to the final point. How would you like to see your group start this one off tonight?
I think we know the strategy. We watched the game all together, and I think we know how to approach this. I'm not going to give it out right now, but I think we're going to do well.
Good answer. Guys, I tried. He was too smart for me. No strategy. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you, Zhao. Guys.
Thanks, Kelly. We're about to get things started, so let's go down to our umpire of the night, Walker Allen, with the coin toss.
It's Walker Allen.
Good evening. Tonight we have a 7-bolt arc between visiting team Inferno and host team Outriders. Outriders has elected to start with women's singles. Inferno, I have heads and tails. Please make the call. Call is heads. It is tails. Please select. Outriders has selected to return. Good match.
Showtime with first place on the line. The Inferno on the far side have Usui Arkanata getting ready to stir things up. Sofia Cabezas, one of the leading MVP candidates for the Outriders on the near side to get things started. We're gonna have 2 10-minute women's singles bolts, then men's singles bolts after, and then all 3 doubles formats to finish. 1 serve, 1 toss, only 14 seconds in between points, and here we go.
Well, and what better players to start off this arc? Both teams are coming up off of wins, which is great for their confidence, but I mean, how on fire must Inferno be to get back at the Outriders for what we witnessed last time they played?
There's a lot of tennis to get us down to those final minutes. Sofia Cabezas, who did not actually have her best night. So that's actually the scary part for the Inferno, is that she had her worst night of the season that time, getting up to -8 at one point. And so now if she can get it going a little bit with huge forehand +2s like that, help them get a 3-1 lead, it's gonna be a great night for the Outriders.
And it was such a back and forth matchup with the Outriders really completely taking over the men's singles and Inferno taking over men's doubles and everything else being like pretty even Steven. So I think both teams are looking at trying to get pretty big of a lead right out the gates here to just give themselves just a little bit of cushion.
Well, if anyone's gonna do it for the Inferno, it would be Arkanata. She was +15 the last time they played around. An incredible player in the WTA Tour, got to 100 in the world, played in the Grand Slams. Now trying to lead the Inferno. Been definitely playing better each week. Had a slow start in week 1, but only gotten better each of the way through, and was very successful against Cabezas last time. So they're gonna be looking to get off to a good start tonight.
She was, and all those similar players, different game styles, both of them are scrappy and they get a lot of balls back, but at the same time, both of them try to find their way in. I would say Cabezas has a little bit less power than Arkanata does. We've seen the best tennis out of Arkanata when she's been moving forward and finding her way in.
That first fault of the night for Arkanata that sometimes can go. The Inferno are one of the worst serving teams in the league. They have the most faults of anybody, but they make up for that by having the most 2-point winners in the league. So they do a great job when it comes to the return side of things to make up for the serves. And for now, all tied up at 5-5.
And that is one thing that Arconada did struggle with at the beginning of the season and has just tremendously improved on, is those service faults. We saw her try out hitting some underhand serves, perfectly allowed here, some quick serves, and just finding her confidence back, while Cabezas actually makes so many serves and then looks for a way to find in after that and tries to get that. We're going to be seeing a lot from her of that tonight, but Zoe Hammond is now in, JY.
Quick substitution as Sofia Cabezas will get a little bit of a break. Zoe Hammond, recent graduate from the University of Kentucky, brings that lefty-heavy topspin game, works points a lot longer, gets the balls up and above the shoulders of opponents. Perfect GPA when she was at school and trying to bring that perfection here for the Outriders.
Unfortunately, she hasn't really brought that perfection quite yet. She has been struggling a little bit for sure. She's got to raise that, especially missing too many serves. For a team that overall serves pretty well, I'd say Zoe Hammond is the one that needs to raise up her percentage of serves made.
JY, you mentioned the recent grad from Kentucky. So recent that the last week that the league had off, she had to go back to campus and clean out her apartment. That's how she spent the week, and then got back here. The Outriders did have a practice last week towards the end of the week to try and get, of course, back into rhythm and everything. But Zoe, hailing from the great state of Oklahoma, and told me that, growing up, guys, Oklahoma City, not a lot of opportunities. Had to move to Tulsa when she was about 14 so that she could be in the right place to, of course, train and now continue her career here with Intense.
Yeah, training at the Tucker Tennis Academy, doing a great job moving her way up. But right now got a tough opponent on the other side of the court, playing better and better. Uswe Arconada, 11-6 lead for the Inferno on the far side.
And Uswe's definitely serving a lot bigger. She's got a lot more acceleration, and look at that depth on her shots. When she's able to get that, I mean, she's just one of the best players in the league.
And there's the heavy topspin that gets above the shoulder. That's difficult for players to handle. First place on the line. Both these teams at 3-2. So this is going to be huge. The last one coming down to the last point when they played. Hopefully for the Inferno, they do not have to get down to that point to secure their victory. They're going to hit backhand windows like that. +2.
And Zoe Hammond is just going to have to actually use her height even more if she can with that lefty spin, especially to the Uswe Arconada backhand. Try to get it over her shoulder and try to sneak in, because Zoe Hammond actually feels very comfortable at the net from what we've seen.
Trying to take that ball on the rise, misses it wide. 12 minutes max is a player only allowed to play in singles. Arconada playing the entire portion so far. Sofia Cabezas was in earlier for the Outriders. Hammond is in, and Muna Buzgaru is going to be in. Has not seen too much action this season, but does pretty well when she has been in there. So we're going to see how she does against Arconada.
Yep, at the end of the day, it's not how long you play, it's how impactful it can be when you are playing. But in terms of length of play, we've seen coaches really take things in many different directions. Last night we saw a player play for their full 12-minute time limit straight, where other teams have been subbing, they've been playing 6 per bolt, all different things out here.
Big forehand down the line, on it, +2. 17-8 lead for the Inferno. Buzgaru wanted that ball to be called out, but it looked like it landed right on the line, and clean it was. Drop shot to bring her in. She's going to get there, and that approach is going to go long. 10-point lead. Arconada will get a rest. Naomi Chung from University of Southern California gets her chance, and she has actually been one of the top 20 players in the league. This combo with Arconada been very successful.
Sure has, and she's been extremely dominant, especially when returning. We see her having some trouble on those serves for sure. She does still have a high percentage of serves missed, unfortunately. That is definitely something she will want to clean up. This team just makes way too many service faults, and so I hope within this break in the season that we had last week that they've worked on those quite a bit.
Buzgaru hailing from Tunisia, one of the best players that have come out of Tunisia, playing in international competitions for the Mediterranean Games, Billie Jean King Cup. So she knows how to perform in the pressure of the lights in team competition, hanging in there right now, even though her team is down 8. Good body serve. Chung handled that well. Sliding to the left, going to try to hit that aggressive forehand. Good defense by Buzgaru. Going to miss that one wide. Solid play by Chung.
And that's what makes Nam so good, is she's just very solid, but she has a lot of pace behind her ball. She really uses her body, and she just puts all her body weight into that ball and just gets so much out of it.
Good defense to throw it all up. Swing and volley opportunity. Just got caught with a continental grip. I think she had more time than she thought. She's going to take a seat. Unlimited substitutions at Intense. Coaches can play matchups and the momentum a lot. And Sofia Cabezas, one of the few professional players to come out of Venezuela, gets her opportunity back in to build up on that MVP candidate season. But Chung's got something to say about it with a +2. Chung's second of the night, averages 30% fault rate when she serves. If she cleans that up, that's when she plays her best tennis, but she gives up a lot of free points, and you see that's why they're one of the best returning teams in the league. They make up for it once that return comes in play.
And I actually would love to see more players doing that, because in a league where you only have one serves, you want to see players just teeing off on that return.
Drop shot, Nam's going to get there, get an opportunity to hit topspin, lob to go over, and it is in, +2.
That was a thing of beauty.
Just wide, gives a point right back. Under a minute left before we have another 10-minute women's singles session. Good kick serve to the backhand. Cabezas handles it well, overhits that forehand. 25-15, Inferno with a 10-point lead.
I think you want Cabezas out there until her max time, just because she is definitely the most solid player on that team, and I think she's able to solve problems better than anyone probably on that team.
And Cabezas still has not been able to figure out how to play against this Inferno team. The last 2 times that they played, the Inferno took both women's singles, both underhand serve by Chung. They're up by 12. The clock's going to run out here. They're going to take that lead into the break. Very solid play from the combination of Chung and Arcanada. Outriders going to have to figure something out. When we come back, we're going to have our second women's singles poll.
At work, in the car, or on the go. Listen to every FIFA World Cup 2026 match for free on iHeartRadio. Listen to Fox's coverage of all 104 FIFA World Cup 2026 matches live and free in the iHeartRadio app, anywhere in the U.S. June 11th to July 19th. All matches live.
Intense is team tennis that's faster, louder, and with real cash on the line.
Your partner can't make serve.
Watch the most relentless tennis league.
You know, shaky mustachio man
on the planet, live.
Arcanada approaches. Ciolina's ready as well. +2. This was incredible.
Intense. Tennis turned up.
Back at the Intense Arena with the Outriders versus the Inferno. While we get women's singles getting ready to come back up, I think you should do what I was doing during the break, which is go to intense.com or scan that QR code. Get your team's favorite jersey, all the merch that's coming up. I won't tell you which ones I got, but I think you should get yours, support your team. We got 2 of them going up right now, Inferno and the Outriders. And the Inferno right now with the lead over the Outriders. They got some cool red fresh gear, but look right there, Usue Arcanada doing a great job, 18 points so far, outscoring the Outriders by herself. Outriders have only been able to have 15 points. And the thing is, it's not like she did it by having too many +2 winners, just playing very solid, consistent, and they've got their serve faults in check.
Yeah, she's just serving so much better, and that's making such a big difference. And then when you have the combo of Naomi Chong coming in with her return, I mean, Outriders are a little bit of trouble here. And I'm surprised that Cabezas is not starting this second bolt here. Maybe they're trying to give Zoe Hammond a little bit more time to get settled. Zoe Hammond catches that backhand late a lot. Have you noticed that, JY?
Yes. Drop shot to bring her in. Hammond's gonna get there, pop it up, backhand pass down the line, winner! Ends up having to use that right hand a lot to fight it, and a lot of those backhands go in the middle of the court. Happened in the middle of that rally, and it ended up getting with the drop shot, pulls her in. Arconada took full advantage, 29-15. No Outrider female players in positive category right now. They're gonna have to find something, I think, with Hammond trying to get some balls. The heavy tossing that she's got to get it above the shoulder of Arconada is probably the play. But if you don't hit those balls well enough, Arconada's gonna have balls to tee off on.
Exactly. I think you want to go above the shoulder. You want to find your depth first before trying to be aggressive. And when you are aggressive, I think a really great play is going behind Arconada. She's just so fast. She's probably the fastest player I've ever played against. And she just gets around the court like so effortlessly. So if you can hit behind her, that messes up her rhythm just a little bit.
There's that heavy topspin to push Arconada all the way back, but she does a great job with that open stance. Defense to offense set it up, but overspun it into the net, point for the Outriders. First place on the line tonight. Both of these teams tied at 3-2 in the West Conference. Their rematch from a few weeks ago where it came down to the last point. What a difference it's made in the standings. The Inferno could have been 4-1 and clear first place, but instead they are battling for it as they are tied. Arconada gets a short ball to come in, approach inside in, +1.
And that buzzer beater just raised so many emotions. If you're just tuning in now, it was the most insane finish that we have had this season, at least in my opinion, JY, with Cabezas just knowing that she didn't want to give up a two-pointer and just absolutely hitting the ball straight into the crowd, knowing that they've already won by 1 point. The strategy and the way that she used the beauty of the intense format to get that win, it was just so cool.
Arconada steps inside the baseline. Great job. Hammond was on offense, but never took that final step forward. And then from neutral, she lost it. And now the Outriders going to call a timeout as they're down by 14, which gives us the opportunity to go back and look at that final point that we've been talking about, one of the most incredible moments at Intense. About 20 seconds remaining. We're on that clock. Inferno thought they had more points to play, but they extended for so long. Down 2, and the intelligence of Cabezas in the middle of the rally to just get rid of that ball, only give up 1 point instead of 2. Just an emotional play, especially considering the pressure to be that clear-minded when so many people in this format are still learning it. Incredible moment for Cabezas.
And something we were saying after is too, like, I never would have thought of that. Like, I was just in absolute shock because I was like, to be able to pay attention to the point and try not to lose a point, but then also to know to purposefully lose the point, like, it was just like, it was world class from her. But I'm sure that makes, you know, the Inferno itch even more to get them back by probably a lot of points.
Well, they're going to need some world-class tennis to come back because right now they are down by 13. Inferno and Arconada and Chong have been doing a great job. Arconada accounting for 23 of these 32 points so far. Still got a few more minutes left before she gets to that 12-minute max singles mark, though.
It's surprising tonight that Zoe Hammond has actually played longer than Cabezas. But we've seen Cabezas have an incredible season, except for when they played Inferno. And I wonder if it's just a matchup thing where she's just not very comfortable playing Arconada.
6.5 minutes remaining before we get to the men's singles bolts. Heavy topspin forehand pushes her all the way back. Heyman tries to run around, keeps it deep, but Arconada not giving up any ground. Heyman seems to be doing pretty good in setting up offensive opportunities, but she's not hitting that extra gear. So Arconada just able to just keep moving around and stay in the point. Lost a little bit of patience there. Tough to hit a high backhand volley. Inferno still up by 12.
I actually like that play. I think it kind of was a bailout, but if well executed, that would have been a great play. I mean, look at that return, though, and the way that she's just putting all her body weight in that. Zoe Hammond just needs to swing much earlier on that backhand. She's just, every time she catches a backhand late, she should have a ding, ding, ding in her brain of like, I just need to even exaggerate, just swing early.
And you probably stop aiming down the line as well. Catching it late, just go across, so at least if you miss hit it, it goes down the middle. Sofia Cabezas back in. 5.5 minutes remaining. Arconada just keeping it going from corner to corner. If anybody can neutralize, it's going to be Cabezas. Uses that slice back neutral in the rally. Standing her ground. Too good by Arconada.
Naomi Chung back in. It looked like Arconada actually had a minute and 10 seconds left. 12 seconds, actually. So I wonder if maybe just in case they need her, she'll come back at the very end. But Noms has actually had a great performance tonight as well.
Great return by Cabezas on the back line. Chung neutralizes, throwing it up high. Even higher now by Cabezas. Chung confused, overthought, going forward, move back. Now Cabezas inside. Drop shot to bring her in, approach down the line. +2 Inferno.
And an extremely quiet Team Outriders there on the side. And as we get further and further to, you know, playoffs on the line and standings on the line, you want to see the teams just going nuts no matter what. Even if you're down by 16 points that they are right now, like you gotta be up because you're translating so much energy to the player on the court.
Cabezas and the Outriders on the near side. Chung on the far side for the Inferno. Backhand return the net. They still maintain a 14-point lead. 4 minutes left before we get to men's singles. A weak serve there, but Chung tries to accelerate, but not enough. Cabezas back into the rally. Good forehand, but that open stance keeps her in it. Even bigger forehand this time. Steps inside, backhand down the line. Cabezas just reading each ball so well. Her instincts on where to position makes Chung overhit, unforced error.
And the thing about Chung is she will overhit, but you need to get her there. And Sofia Cabezas is the perfect person to do that because she uses pace so well. But when Chung is returning like that, and we've seen her doing that a lot, I'd like to see Cabezas actually throw in a sliced tee sometimes on that serve. Keep Noms a little honest because she always goes for that inside-in forehand return.
You guys were teasing the men's singles. We're about 3 minutes away, and I will say this is a first, at least for me on the broadcast, where we see all 4 of the expected men's players warming up on the sidelines. 2 on the bikes for Inferno. We got one over here on the bike, and Zhao doing his band work, guys. A big men's singles, couple bolts on the way, and I don't know, the Inferno, Jamie coming off his popcorn celebration night. I know he's getting excited to get back out on the court here this evening.
The Outriders are going to need to step it up in the women's singles to take some of the pressure off the shoulders of the men. High lob by Cabezas, great defense. Chung keeps her pinned back though. Finally, Cabezas gets a little bit of ground. But Chung doing a great job playing some great tennis tonight. +1 again. Great tennis by her.
This is the place that Inferno wants to be in, though, before getting into that men's singles, because they were just so dominated by the Outriders last time they played in that men's singles, with Joao Solim just playing so well. So I also am very curious to see how they change that tactic for the men's singles and how they use the substitutions to change rhythm as much as they can. Great move by Cabezas. I think she just overthought that.
Tough to hit that inside-out volley when you're moving in the opposite direction. Usually you want to take that volley in the direction your body is moving. Got tricky. Point Inferno, 2 in a row. 43-25, under 2 minutes remaining. Frances Altic is going to jump in now and get some of the action.
Frances Altic has had basically 0 playing time this season. She has not played nearly enough. But we'll see if she can carry out this momentum here for the Inferno.
Backhand down. Lob goes long. And I think a very interesting play is for Cabezas to be out.
Yeah.
You know, you put a cold player. Now, Hammond had played a little bit, but why not keep Cabezas in, who's at least warming up, playing a lot of tennis against a cold Altic. Hammond's shoulder now has to warm up. Very interesting to make that decision when you're down.
Well, Cabezas looked extremely frustrated. You saw her hit that ball into the crowd, and just now she's just sitting pretty deflated. And it's one thing where she just needs to get up and just be there for her team. But I think she just, maybe her expectations were pretty high from how she started the season, and then now she's not quite there. But hey, you got to get up every point. I mean, what a point there from Frances Altic. So scrappy.
Good defense to set up the passing shot. They are up by 20, under 40 seconds remaining.
Cabezas just sitting there. Definitely a little deflated, probably a little bit tired too.
Hammond tosses it up. Good lefty serve out wide. Open stance. Heavy from Hammond back in there. Generates that short ball, but she gets these short balls, but doesn't go through the court enough. A little bit better, but she needs to find that extra gear when she steps it up. She struggles to flatten it out. 3 seconds remaining. 2, 1, gets that toss off. Serve in. Altic goes to that forehand. Now she flattens it out. Pushed it wide, but there's that extra gear. Couldn't connect for the +2. And Maria, the Inferno and the Outriders, going a little bit in the direction of the Inferno.
Yeah, and I think that was a little bit expected in the women's singles just because Arconada has been so dominant, but Chong just played incredible as well. And Frances Altic coming in quite at the end, just playing some really good tennis, keeping them up. And the Outriders, they got some work to do in the men's singles, but that's where they thrive. So on the other side of the break, let's see what happens in the men's singles.
I don't feel like an underdog at all.
An underdog, ooh.
Maybe I would say dark horse.
Yeah, I've always considered myself one.
No, I'm not an underdog. I've been doing this for too long.
I feel like a favorite for myself coming into this, and also just my teammates. If we do our jobs and we just compete and play for each other, we're the favorites here.
People think that because I'm smaller than everyone else, but no. When I step on the court, I try to be confident and think that I'm gonna win. I like to go low-key about my business.
An underdog? Well, I mean, I would kind of say I would be like the Tom Brady of the league. You know, I got drafted 4th, and, you know, there's probably no big expectations of me, but when I'm out on court, I always give my best and willing to put on a show.
I haven't competed in over a year, so maybe nobody's really seen me play in a while. But I never consider myself an underdog. When I step on the court, I feel like I can compete against anyone.
I prefer not to be seen. You know, just being in the shadow, working my ass off, and then just going out there and showing what I practice for.
So I was the last pick in the draft. That means I'm Mr. Irrelevant, but we're gonna make Team Freeze relevant for this year's intense season. We have the #1 pick in the draft on our team with Carousel. My boy, Raul, absolutely loving it. But as a team, since it is a team sport, I see us as one of the favorites. We have the best team name, we have the best team chemistry.
Let's go Freeze! Let's go Freeze!
So I don't feel like an underdog at all.
Intense is brought to you by iHeartRadio, the official partner of Intense. Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia. Inferno versus the Outriders. The Inferno with a 47-28 lead after these women's singles bolts. And even though we got playoff standings on the line, we also got an MVP race that was on the line. Two of the top females leading were in that women's singles bolt, and we do a combination of an overall point system, the singles, doubles, so that combination of how you're doing your performance from week to week adds in to your MVP race. Big shout out to Shannon and the stats team and Mark. They've been putting all this together with this new format that they're trying to figure out what the best MVP race calculation goes. And you see Sofia Cabezas second behind Aliona Bosso, who had a great performance last night, but not on this graphic, but who might be after tonight is Uswe Arconado, who's fourth. So right behind Carson there. She is really putting herself up there, because from week to week, she has just done a better job. Maria, you see there 26 points by her tonight.
And I'm sure that just drives her. She's someone who's just so competitive, and I'm sure she wants to be the leader of every stat and every MVP race. So, you know, knowing her, I'm sure that could be on her mind a little bit, where she just wants to be better, and that's why she is as good as she is.
Yeah, we've seen a couple players that have had some terrible starts in the season, but they just haven't been able to get over it and find that good tennis. And Uswe had a really tough opening night, but just a testament to the type of player and committed athlete that she is. She has put herself in the MVP race, and after tonight, I mean, she has a good argument to say she's one of the best. And now we get to men's singles, though. On the far side, Jamie Connellan for the Inferno. Jiao Xiaolin, who had an incredible performance before the break, he comes in for the Outriders. 2 10-minute men's singles bolts, and then all 3 doubles formats to finish. Connell to serve.
And Connell, an outstanding player, though it is surprising that Blue Baker is not in, even though he's had a tricky start to the season. He played very well last arc, and he is their #1 pick, so a little bit surprising. But he is on the bike, getting warmed up. I'm sure we're going to see some action from him very soon.
The Inferno with a 47-29 lead. Connell's definitely been the more reliable from week to week, so they know the highs that Baker can produce, but they know at least the floor that Connell can provide. And when you have a big lead like this, you want to at least try to maintain it. And so with Baker, you just don't know. He might give up a lot of points, and they can't take that risk. He's got a 30% fault rate, and so a lot of free points at times. He's getting better, but Connell's been there every week.
He sure has. And my favorite thing about Connell is the way that he's just working, and he just plays every single point, and that movement. I also just love the flick of the wrist volleys that he has. You don't really see that often, but they're just so unbelievably effective. And the way that he just can get up there so quickly. Look at him sneak in and just flick.
And that's a clear adjustment for early in the season, where a lot of times Connell can be hesitant going forward. Would do a great job setting up points, but just stay back there forever and miss a lot of these volley opportunities. Early on, clear commitment to moving forward as he has this team up by 20. Kick serve going into the Connell forehand with that big loopy swings, and sometimes get caught a little bit, did their unforced error. Jiao Xiaolin giving up that serve, but has been the most consistent male player for the Outriders. Coming from the University of Texas, San Antonio, one of the most decorated players to come out of there from Brazil, and he's definitely bringing some high-level tennis for the Outriders this season.
We heard him say at the beginning of this arc with Kelly, he's just putting his head down, he's just going to work. He knows that his identity is just making a lot of balls, and that's definitely something we will see from him.
Big return by Connell, ready for it this time, and these 2 men's singles bolts so important for the Outriders, because in the season they are plus 26 overall in their men's singles bolts, but when it comes to doubles, minus 17 in men's doubles, and they're down 20 right now after women's singles, so they need another strong performance to have a shot, because they have not had a lot of room for error when it comes to doubles.
Well, not only that, but the team on the other side of the court has been very good in doubles, so that puts double the pressure on Team Outriders.
Good forehand approach, but pushes it wide. Point for the Outriders. Missed opportunity for Inferno. Xiaolin going right at that forehand. Clear strategy over and over, attacking that big loop. So much action on this court with the way the court takes spins and really makes that ball jump. And he's got a big loose wrist on that serve, and so he's trying to go after that Connell forehand. You see once again really trying to target that side. Connell loves to take that backhand on the rise and attack, so he's trying to stay away from it.
Absolutely. The more you can move him to that forehand corner and aim for that shorter ball from him and then step in. Although Ciolin plays pretty far back, he can move in quite well. I actually think he let that ball get a little too high over his shoulders. If he can take that earlier and sneak in, that's where he's going to be really efficient.
Good kick serve out wide by Connell. Sets up that forehand take on the rise, and that's the uncomfortable side. He sets it up, but then on the forehand struggles to execute as much as he can on the backhand. Change up into the backhand, but you see how good Connell handles that. Gonna be a reminder to Ciolin to not spend too much time there.
Outriders are not a very two-point heavy team, but I would say right now they need to be. They actually need to be a little bit more aggressive and actually looking for those some more, because especially playing someone like Jamie Connell, who actually has had so many two-pointers and so much success with that. More of a high risk, high reward, but gosh, he's been rewarded a lot.
Short ball by Ciolin, inside out. There's that +2. But the important part, we saw this last night, Maria, we saw two teams come back from 20-point deficits to make it a ball game. So I think the Outriders, if they looked at that, they know that they can play some steady tennis. There's a long time to get there. So as much as you need those +2s, you can't force them. And so they have the time. Just be a little bit patient. If they play as well as they normally have, they're going to be just fine. But Corey Craig is going to come in. Florida State against Florida State. Both of them alumni and graduates from there.
Little lefty matchup. Both of them are going to feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Corey Craig actually is more loopy, I would say, of a hitter than Jamie Connell. Just moves around the court so well.
Good forehand, comes down, and he wanted that for the +2. That ball was going out, and he forced it to try to have that volley winner +2. Connell goes for the quick serve, 3 points in a row for the Inferno. Craig, he's going to be coming in. He's their stability player. He's not the one that hits winners and racks things up, but he also has a floor that does an incredible job providing a lot of consistency, working points, +7 overall in the entire season. So he's always just going to keep things nice and steady. He's going to try to provide some calmness for the Outriders, who's down 20.
Blue Baker is now in. I did see Coach Jim Harp tell Jamie Connell, hey, last point here. I think it's good to have your players kind of prepped so they know, like, all right, give it my all this last point, and then I get a little breather.
First point for Baker, just long by Craig. I like that Baker comes in against Craig, because when you're cold, but you got a player over there that's going to work the point regardless, you know that you're going to be able to work in a little bit. You're not going to be too rushed, and so you can find your rhythm a bit. Fortunately on that serve, he's got that 30% fault rate. He has a tendency to just go for too much.
Yeah, and it's so crazy to me coming into this, and he knows, it's not like he doesn't know that he hasn't been serving great and he's hit way too many faults. The fact that his first serve, he just went for a massive serve, to me is very surprising. I would have liked to probably see him hit a little bit more spin and just get a rhythm. Oh,
big serve out wide, ace.
Never mind, don't get a rhythm.
He's been warming up on that sideline. He's trusting that shoulder. I will say there's absolutely no spin on that serve. Well, there's just enough to get it to drop, but it's not going to be very consistent. There you see a little bit more of a kick serve. Going to be more consistent, finds his way forward, misses that volley. Big reaction. He's been wanting those serves to come in. He's been struggling, getting better. Last week was a better start for him. See if he can build on it. Under 2 minutes remaining before we get another men's singles vault. Corey Craig from Florida State in against Blue Baker. Went straight professional after being a junior player. Setting up some big forehands, gonna get an opportunity to come in, uses the drop shot, smart +2.
That's excellent from Blue. I think when he can find a balance of hitting the ball as hard as he can and pushing, if he can find something right in the middle of that and then use those hands, that's when he's extremely dangerous.
Big kick getting above the shoulder of Craig, sets up the forehand on the rise. Craig to defend with the slice, neutralizes, sets up his own backhand. Forehand inside in, we see Craig playing more offense. Great job, he's gonna get that overhead opportunity. Miss hits it, Baker's there. Another overhead, still down the middle, only +1 though. Still a point for the Outriders.
I think both players there got a little excited. Corey was going for too much on that first overhead and shanked it, and then Blue saw his opportunity there to go for it and shanked it.
Saw the line, saw the opening, couldn't execute. Point for the Inferno, up by 22. First place on the line, both these teams 3-2. 30 seconds remaining before a short break. Big serve there, serve and volley. Couldn't touch that over the net.
Interesting.
Final 20 seconds to get a cold Ciolin in. Interesting play by Connell.
Little warm-up, I guess, for coming back out.
That's a tough spot for Ciolin to come in there. Craig was doing just fine, and Baker's gonna say, I'll take that point, thank you very much. 22-point lead, Marie, as we get a short break before another men's singles bowl.
Better from Baker, not bad from Corey Craig. I actually think he's very, very solid and he can push the Inferno players. But the combo of Jamie and Blue, they were very aggressive, not too many mistakes. I like that combo. I'm curious to see who's gonna start. I'm sure both of them will play. We'll see when we come back.
It's time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense. You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
Every team has 8 pros.
4 men,
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc. Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc.
Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
Now for the serving rules.
1 toss, 1 serve, miss it, and the point's gone.
There's also a 14-second shot clock between points.
And yes, we do play lets.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Blast the clean winner, that's 2 points.
The scores from every bolt are added up along the way, and the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, the super loud fans.
They want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team.
So now you know the Intense rules.
So let's get this arc started.
Inferno versus Outriders inside the Intense Arena, getting ready to wrap up week 5. We got a doubleheader, playoff implications on the line. Outriders and Inferno tied in first place, 3-2. Only one of these teams will be 4-2 and in sole possession of first place. And the Inferno right now have a big lead going for them.
Well, we're getting ready to see the second men's singles bolt here underway, but during the break, I have some tea for you guys. It's a big, of course, World Cup game right now going on between England and Norway, and well, we got a couple Englishmen over here on the Inferno who are hoping for a couple of big wins tonight. You can see Ryan Gaskin kind of working his way back to the bench here and there in between points. They may or may not, JY, have the game going on a cell phone over here, but they're just hoping it pumps them up on the court, too. But during the break, yeah, England finally scored to tie things up, and those two went nuts. Blue Baker, that is, and Ryan Gaskin.
I wonder if they needed a Brit to be sitting out tonight so they could give updates without losing focus on the score. Gaskin It was the first time all season he's not playing tonight.
And he's sweating it out too over here, I'll have you know. Probably for both the arc and the match.
Maybe that's why he isn't playing. He's like, Coach, I won't be able to pay attention. Like, my team is
won't
playing.
be able to focus.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I wonder if they're gonna use timeouts actually for that reason, just to check on the team.
Well, they're up 69-46, so the problem for Gaskin is him sitting out has his team looking really good. Ciolin is not looking great. Backhand tried to force it down the line. They're down 70-46. They need to pick it up. Gonna stop play a little bit. There looks to be a ball in the middle of the net underneath. Just kind of hard to tell if you're not at a little bit of an angle, so ball keepers couldn't find it. But Jiao Ciolin down by 24 points with the Outriders. And Maria, I have to call out two, substitutions that happened that were questionable. Earlier when Frances Altic came in to get a few points in that final women's singles bowl, Cabezas had time on the clock. They took her out when she was warm and playing and put him in it. That was questionable to go up against a cold Altic. Then Corey Craig, I thought, was hanging in just fine, playing solid. And then they pull him out to put in a cold Ciolin with only 15 to 20 seconds left. And you can see Ciolin just didn't look ready to play and missed that. So a couple questionable points so far. The Outriders trying to find a way to get to first place tonight.
Agreed. I think the Ciolin one was definitely a more bizarre because I think Cabezas was just so flustered that she just needed to be taken out. But maybe it's because Amy O'Connell wanted Ciolin to just play a couple more points and in knowing that he was going to play. But I think Corey Craig was holding down the fort a little bit. I actually think he's doing a lot better tonight.
Yeah, right now, Inferno on the far side, 73-46. We look at the stats for the Outriders. I mean, Ciolin -1, Corey Craig -2. So I think Outriders, they're just trying to figure out what their lineup is as we get a timeout.
Yeah, he was kind of on fire right there. We're reeling off some points, and I wanted to just give us a breather to try to recover. We know what we're doing. We know the game plan here, and you got to stick with good, solid, deep ground strokes, middle. Okay, and then you can start, confidence goes up, we can start going for a little more.
Okay.
But just wanted to give us a little time.
Good, we got this, let's do it.
If you've done a long point and you want to put me in,
I'll tell you. Yeah. You're checked in. You're checked in.
I haven't enough aces yet. I want to hit some aces. You still got.
I always love the calmness O'Connell brings in every timeout.
Very calm, although I have to say that if your team is in a situation where they are down by plus 20 points, I think I'm going to be critical here, JY. I think if your team is down for over 20 points, I would like to see a little more set than we know what we're doing. Because I feel like they need a little bit more understanding of what to do. And just a clearer game plan. I don't know, what do you think? Is that harsh?
Well, great passing shot by O'Connell. Coach with a kick serve, and that went terrible. The one thing I will give credit for O'Connell for is the stats have shown that she's been one of the most successful coaches using timeouts and generating positive momentum going forward. So until that goes bad, it's like Djokovic with Grand Slams. He's the favorite until he loses, but even every slam he's the favorite. O'Connell's my favorite every time that she calls a timeout. So we'll see how the rest of the night finishes. But for now, in O'Connell, I trust in timeouts.
I'm curious, Maria, to counter that. When we talked to Zhao, right before the arc started, he said they sat down as a team, rewatched this arc from the first time, and that they had a strategy, a game plan, and he wasn't going to share it with us. And I just am wondering, is Amy so aware that she's mic'd up right now, she doesn't want to share it with us either?
Oh.
And they know what they're doing and should be doing, so I don't know. But I hear you. There is more coaching going on off to the sideline, though, I can tell you. I'll just try to do a better job eavesdropping for you guys. Get you the tea.
Get to work on it. Outriders getting to work after that foreign angle passing shot by Craig. 76-49 Inferno. Big return by Connell. Gets the approach to come forward. Craig with another angle volley. Connell read it, but just could not execute. Point for the Outriders.
Also, to be fair, it is hard to follow a game plan when your opponents are playing that well. I mean, Connell has just played so well coming in. So I get it. Although, I love what Lou Baker said. He said, I want to hit more aces.
Baker doing well tonight, Connell as well. Craig providing a little bit of stability, working some points. Good backhand and backhand lefty action. You don't see a lot of double lefties playing against each other, and especially teammates from Florida State. But Connell right now with the Inferno got the upper hand. This is a classic Corey Craig type point. Moving, solid, forcing you to play some great offense, but he gets to every ball. Makes you hit another one, then another one.
Wow.
Craig's gonna be frustrated. Those are the points he is used to winning, and gives it up with that backhand unforced error. And Blue Baker now is back in.
And it looks like Jamie Connell was just absolutely winded by that one. Ooh.
Goes for a big one right off the bat. Smart substitution to give Connell a breather. Still had 45 seconds before he hits that 12-minute max mark. Craig stays in there for the Outriders. First place on the line, got to pick it up. Good approach. There's the way to get things going. Is that attacking return you were looking for, Maria, with this one-serve format? Baker unloading on some forehands, +2.
So much effortless power from Baker, it's crazy.
Forcing that ball down the line, did not want to give Baker that forehand inside-in opportunity. 80-53, under 4 minutes remaining before all three doubles formats come up. Big serve one more time.
Wow.
Craig is ready for it this time, but just too tough to handle.
Definitely really feeling that out wide serve on the outside. Looks like that's his favorite serve.
Goes again. High risk, high reward. That's going to be Baker's third fault tonight. The change up this time, and that's what you get when you run around some serves and attack with the forehand. You force the server to overthink. Big one more time. This is in, sets up the volley winner. +2.
The way he set up, I thought he was coming in too hot and he was going to miss it. I got nervous.
See if he goes for another big one. They're up 30. A little bit of off pace this time. Throws in a little bit more spin. Craig tries to get above his shoulder. Baker takes it on the rise. Approach down the line, comes forward. +2 once again. 4 points in a row for the Inferno. They are now up 32.
Wow, absolutely dominating. All players, though. I think all the players have just really played a lot better tonight.
Big serve. Craig with that Western forehand. Couldn't handle it. Get that racket in position. Zhao Xiaolin is back in. Joaquin Benoit has the racket in hand. Has not seen any action tonight. We'll see when he comes in. The lead they have in the +2s that Baker's racking up. He has the freedom to continue to go for that serve. Xiaolin playing a little bit quicker. 70 minutes of total play at Intense, so at some point the clock does run out. So the pressure is starting to mount. Looks like he's gonna put a little bit more spin. Gets it in. Xiaolin, there's that deep center ball Connell was looking for. That inside out just does not have much on it though. Xiaolin just looks tight on the backhand side tonight, just not letting it go.
He does. He looks tight in general, actually. And I wonder why. He's been playing well. He hasn't necessarily been completely outstanding, but he's always been good. I feel like tonight, he's just not as solid as he has been.
Ball back. 90-57, minute remaining before all three doubles formats. Baker goes big into the body, serves and volleys, couldn't put it away, chews on that racket, understands the opportunity he missed, and Ty Gentry gets in for the first time this season.
Play.
It's fun that he gets a little playing time too, especially when you're up by this much. You got to be feeling pretty confident as a team. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles the pressure, right? Because at the beginning, everyone was trying to feel things out and see what kind of rhythm they needed, and he hasn't had that chance yet.
Well, this is a great time for Coach Harp to put him in. They got a big lead. Ty Gentry from University of Oregon has not played all season, so if you're going to come in and you have the freedom to go without any pressure, it's when your team is up by 30, and you see him, he's just relaxed, swinging away, and you see his teammates love it as he's getting his first points of the 2026 intense season. Clock running down, he's going to get 1 point to serve it up. He goes big into the net, but the smiles and the laughs, the team is so happy for him as they get to add on some points and the teammate gets some playing time, but the Inferno are in charge.
They're just running away with it right now, and gosh, they're in a very, very good place right now to take the top spot in their conference. I'm not sure what you do here if you're Amy O'Connell. I think you just keep telling them, hey, we got to trust it, and just tell them a few things to focus on when we move into the doubles.
We're here to give a little pep talk to our new generation, to let them know what is tennis about, not only tennis, but also life.
Locking in means to me being in the flow state, having the mentality that I want to win this.
Tennis is a very mental game. It's about positive self-talk.
Talk to yourself the way you talk to your doubles partner.
All the negativity that people may tell you, let that be a motivation for you.
There's no limitation for you guys. You can achieve everything you want.
Just keep believing in yourself.
That can be a bit dicey when you're picking players in different rounds, and the different rounds have different salaries associated with them. It can be tough.
What they've done so far in their tennis career is what has kind of earned them that draft pick.
I think that all these players know what they're getting. In essence, they signed up for it willingly. They're compensated well enough that they will agree to it. So it's their choice, really, to be here, or they could have gone and done something else.
There's expectations. There's a contract. You're a professional. So just like with any contract you sign, I have expectations of you.
Like Nadal says, the only point that matters is the next point. You have no time for BS. Just go to the next point. If you want the point, you forget and get ready for the next. If you lose the point, you forget and get to the next.
My mindset's going to be the entire time we're winning the championship. I'm not going to be preaching that all the time to the players because I don't want to create this pressure cook environment. But for me, every day that I step on the court, I'm looking at the championship team.
The 2025 Intense Champions, Team Atlanta.
We all want to win, right? This is the goal. So we all have to work towards that goal. You know, that's how I operate. I'm very like, you gotta want to be here, and if you don't.
If you get picked in that first round, you're looking at a $40,000 salary. In that second round, you're gonna earn a base of $34,000, third round, $28,000, and the fourth round, you'll earn $14,000. But you also have to think about the $30,000 that you can get at the end of the season just from prize winnings.
The purpose of the CEO is to develop the staff. So if you're a highly paid player, part of that role is going to be helping to develop younger players or players who need a little bit more out of their game.
This is Pro Tennis Built Different. Intense. Tennis turned up.
Week 5 inside the Intense Arena, the Inferno with a big 91-61 lead over the Outriders in a battle for first place. Inferno being led by Usue Arcanada. Get things started with a great start in women's singles. She is plus 12 on the night. Only got better as the night went on. The Outriders threw everybody at her, but it did not matter. She took them all down. And then Blue Baker coming in after Usue Arcanada, building on his best performance the last time he came out. He is plus 8 on the night. Some big serves, one of the few aces you'll see at the intense season. He's building up some confidence as we have all 3 doubles. Let's go to Kelly Kroll, who caught up with Coach Jim Hart.
Thanks a lot, Jay-Way. Coach Harp, so far 2 great, well, really 4 great bolts when you consider women's singles, but coming off the men's singles right there, what did you like most? I love that Jamie just lights up when he gets to get out here and do what he does.
Yeah, each player has a specific plan. We know what we're doing with each person who goes in. They have their style. Blue's turning it loose, and Jamie's playing the way he wants to. He can develop a point. We can take big risks like that. So that was the way from the beginning. Same with Usue, same with Naomi, and then we got some really good help off the bench tonight too, which was incredible.
Did you have something to do with Blue finally just saying, whatever, I'm going to let loose on this serve? Because it has been very good for the last couple arcs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Blue came into town 2 weeks earlier, and we worked on the serve specifically. You know, we got a little deer in headlight on the very first couple, but at the end of the day, he has to be Blue. I just want Blue to be Blue. When he's him, that's what you get, and you can't beat him.
Very true. How can you continue doing here over the next 3 bolts what you guys have been doing so far and close this one out?
We keep on doing what we're doing. Players know how to play. They know what's in front of them. They know what's expected. And we have a good plan. We're going to stick to it.
Are you okay that they're watching the football match in the background as long as they're winning?
If they're happy, I'm happy.
That's a good answer, Coach. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it.
Guys.
That's a married man for sure.
Yes, sure is.
That's a happy coach, up 91-61, 30-point lead, getting in to win women's doubles. And this has been the toughest part for the Outriders, trying to overcome the Outriders. Naomi Chung, Usue Arcanada, and on the far side, Zoe Hammond and Sophia Cabezas on the near side. 10 minutes of women's doubles, men's doubles after, mixed doubles to finish, and we saw how effective Cabezas was with that lob the last time they played this team in doubles.
I think that is Cabezas' probably strongest shot in the doubles. She can use that so well and just stay in those cross-court rallies. She sees the court extremely well.
Great defense by Cabezas right off the back line. 2 points in a row to get women's doubles started. Hammond down in that hybrid I formation, signals back to Cabezas. Shifts right, Chung reads it well, finds a way forward. Hammond, great reflex, back at her, +2.
Naomi just looks so comfortable in this format. The way she's moving forward and taking the ball early and just teeing off on every ball, but doing it so successfully, it's really impressive to see.
Serve to the wrong side, the +2 format. When you hit a winner, you got to go back and serve on the same side. We're going to review this just in case to double check.
She always plays out.
But when we asked you,
and what did I say?
You said you would come to me.
And you couldn't see that. You couldn't see where they were lined up.
Be ready.
So then how can you guess the wrong one?
Okay. So don't be afraid. Maybe slap line, or if you see a hole, wherever you want. I don't care. Just take advantage of their.
It doesn't mean that she's blue side.
This is our first time returning. So here we go. So Zoe is on the deuce.
Okay, you're just now you're supposed to tell me before the vote starts. Correct?
Well, they're supposed to tell you. Did you tell him?
I said I would tell him in a minute, and it was our serve. So Cabezas was serving. I didn't tell him the returner.
But we need to know before the vote.
That's, yeah. We always...
Whatever, just go on. Go on.
We always ask before the bolt.
Okay.
They told us. Did they tell you before the bolt?
They told me. You told me.
Okay.
They tell you before the bolt.
Go ahead. Sure.
And we have it in.
All right. All right, go ahead. They didn't tell you what side. All right, their serve. Our return.
That's your fault not telling us.
It's 1 point?
1 point.
1 point.
1 point.
We got 1 point.
And where would you like them to return from? Where would you like them from to
She
return
was supposed to be
from?
on the deuce side.
Who, Sophia? Sophia is supposed to be on the deuce? She hasn't returned yet. So would you like for Sophia to return on the deuce? Is that what we're saying? Yes. Okay, so the score people are telling you to return on the dance. All right, here we go.
You always turn it on.
Get organized.
They always turn it on.
Let's go. Using with the scorekeepers where they had to serve. Everything going the Inferno way right now. They were up 94-63. Naomi Chong, Ushuaia Kanata. They are in and doing a great night for the Inferno. Zoe Hammond, Sophia Cabezas in on the near side. They need a big 8.5 minutes here. Get back in it. And that's a way to get back in it, get some gifts from the Inferno.
Definitely threw the timing off just a little bit. I think every time there's a moment of lingering, you're not really sure what's going on, and like, you want to hear what's happening, but you don't really want to get involved, but just by listening, you're involved. So we'll see if this fires up the Outriders, though.
Sometimes I think this is the energy they need.
I agree.
Whether it's negative or positive, you need more than whatever you got to get you going, and they need a spark. So could now be that spark. Hammond going in with a heavy topspin forehand. Chong looking to poach. Arcanata goes right at her. Cabezas just trying to overplay. Smart veteran move by Arcanata, +2.
It's a great move from Cabezas, but I think she just moved too early there.
Great return by Hammond. Arcanata puts that into the net. Bounce back as Cabezas goes to serve. Hammond trying to draw up some energy, bouncing her feet at the net. Cabezas tosses up, gets to the Chung backhand. There's that lob, touch, but +1 Outriders. They gotta look out for that. She strategically used that consistently the last time they played.
Yes, and she will continue using it. Every time they're both at the net, I'm sure the lob is gonna be coming. She's so accurate with it too. That fell right on the line.
Hammond tried to poach, just missed it. Cabezas thought that Hammond's gonna get there. Was not ready for that ball to come to her. 97-67. That entire Outriders bench right now, silent as could be. Going down the line, but even then, if you're gonna go down the line of the net person, you gotta put some pace behind it. Arcanato's gonna be comfortably there. High formation from the Inferno. Chung goes at the backhand for Hammond. Topspin once again. Chung reads it. Swing volley to come in. Another lob back at it. Both Inferno players are there. But the confusion from the Outriders on who gets the middle. Another +2. Everything going the Inferno way. Always protect the middle in doubles. There's Cabezas going for the move. We saw this happen with Youssef Rion and the Ridge when they were down a couple weeks ago big. And you saw their MVP star players start to just overplay. Seen some signs of that with Cabezas, but with the scoreboard pressure they have, a little bit understandable.
It is, and it looks like she's trying to move, but it's almost like she's doing it way too spastically instead of more controlled in a sense too. Like, I understand they want to look for those 2-pointers, but she needs to be able to read the point instead of just being a little bit chaotic.
Aggressive return by Chung. Arcanata poaches a little bit too early. Hammond goes inside in with that forehand right at Cabezas, pops that volley up right off the sideline, stays in it. Even Hammond was surprised, but Chung kept playing there. 102-69.
And it's interesting, JY, we've seen it a couple times this season where there has been a rematch. It's always a flip-flop, and by a lot. And I wonder if it's just, you know, that much determination to come back and just beat them so bad.
Maybe. Yeah, frankly, I just don't have the answers for the performance the Outriders are putting on right now. Love to see it. First place is on the line. This is big. Just a little too calm early on. Easy to say when the scoreboard is against you, right? I mean, when it's easy to criticize when they're losing. So we'll let things finish off. The 102-70 is what they need to overcome right now. Another topspin lob by Cabezas, successful. Slice back to Arcanata, goes down the line. Going for the Outriders, and Muna Buzgaru is in the place of Zoe Hammond. Try to change things up. 4.5 minutes remaining before men's doubles.
And Muna Buzgaru hasn't had a lot of playing time, but specifically hasn't had a lot of doubles time. So I wonder how she's going to handle this. But, you know, the Outriders are probably kind of just throwing everything at the wall right now and just seeing if anything comes out of it.
And for Cabezas, it's risky to take those shots down the line. She doesn't have the power to overpower that net person, so hit it nicely, but Arcanado was like, thank you very much.
It's crazy to see how good of a night Inferno has had when they haven't even used a timeout yet.
Each team gets 5 timeouts, but we haven't even talked about it too much because they haven't used much of it. And if you're the Inferno, why would you? Everything's going your way. Topspin lob to Cabezas. Slice angle overhead. Chung's going to get there. Goes for another one. That one as well might have been going out. We've seen multiple scenarios where the Outriders go for the +2 instead of the 1. And it's hurting them tonight as Cabezas now takes the seat.
Team effort there from everyone moving out of the way, too, on the Inferno sideline.
Straight down the middle again. Too many winners going down the middle of the court against the Outriders.
But you know what the best part is they're up by 36 points, yet Inferno is still so fired up and just so hungry, and that's just really cool to see.
One a big thing for these teams as well is that total points scored and all of that is part of the tiebreaker in case there is a tie in the playoff standings, so you got to play all the way through. Arcanado with the poach, plus. I wonder if it hit the back of her leg.
I don't know.
Which would have made it +1, so that's why I hesitated. Looked over to Walker Allen for the call. And it gave him +2, so I guess it did not touch him. And down the line again. Big time playing by Chong. Wondering if we're going to see a timeout for the Outriders. Maybe they're already this early just looking for the clock to just get over with.
It's tough when you're down by this much.
Again, 6 points in a row. Chong again, 8 points in a row. Look at this.
This is going south extremely fast for the Outriders.
There's the poach. It was there, but off the bottom of the racket. 117.71, under 2 minutes remaining before we get to men's doubles. Off the net, it goes in, we count it, we play it. Welcome to Intense, +2, adding on to the misery. Outriders looking for a mercy rule right now.
And of course, that always happens, right? When things are not going your way, even more starts going the other team's way.
One more time, Inferno keep coming at them. They are on fire.
Coach Jim Harp just stealthy there, just not even having any sort of reaction.
This is as good as it gets. Somebody checked the England score to see if they're getting another boost there. The way things are going for them. And unfortunately, no, Norway's up 2-1, so this might put a dagger in their night.
Dang.
121.73 for the Inferno, final 45 seconds. Lob opportunity. Arcanado was actually ready for it this time. She moved back so fast, it was too far. Ended up getting that overhead early. As we see Gaskin there. He's going to have to find a Kleenex box, even though his team's going to win. They're down 2-1.
He's not playing, but he's definitely sweating over there.
Swinging volley. Arcanado's going to come inside out volley. Oh, swing and a miss.
Oh, she tried to get it. Did she touch it?
She did not. +2 for the Outriders. That's one way to get things going. They're just going to review this just to be 100% certain they got that score right. That volley goes down the line. Chung swings. She fully misses that one. Then does she touch it right here? She does not. She gets an A for effort, though.
She sure does. She got back there quick, too.
So not what next, that point, this point. Yeah. 121, 176, that's when it was? 74, the next pass point.
Allen just making sure that they're getting this right. Looking at the replay system.
Go backwards. You're going forward. You got to go backwards.
Bro, this shit is so slow. They're saying that she didn't touch it.
30 to 15 in this women's doubles. First place on the line, both of these teams sitting at 3 and 2. What a big night it was a couple weeks ago.
There is no
Came down to
touch.
the very last
Call
point.
stands.
And yet, got to think about the Inferno, the way they've responded from that, really trying to learn from that heartbreaking loss. And they have really come out with big-time motivation tonight.
And I'm sure that they were absolutely heartbroken by that one, as anyone would be. That did not go as planned for Usyk.
Goes for a quick underhand serve as the clock was running out. 122-77. Look at that lead by there. What can the Outriders do to get this back, Mira?
Goodness, when Inferno is playing that well, it's tough to even say. I mean, look at the way that they're moving forward and just working together, both of them looking for that pull, and so happy, I mean, as they should be. But Outriders need to pick it up, do whatever they can, and let's see.
At work, in the car, or on the go. Listen to every FIFA World Cup 2026 match for free on iHeartRadio. Listen to Fox's coverage of all 104 FIFA World Cup 2026 matches live and free in the iHeartRadio app, anywhere in the U.S. June 11th to July 19th. All matches live.
Intense is pro tennis built different.
Volley winner. What a night.
It's team-based. It's fast-paced. See every electric buzzer-beating moment.
And that's gonna do it. Oh my goodness.
All month long.
I love tennis, and this is the best tennis I've seen.
Intense. Tennis turned up.
We're about to make a statement. All right, this is our night. Fortune favors the brave. We already know that none of the faults don't matter. What matters is those 2 pointers and being aggressive. You got to get on him quick. He retrieves forever, and the other guy's fast as hell. So we don't need to rally with him. We just bring the tie game. You're a genius, Noms. Let him sit on that.
That forehand is what she doesn't prefer. She would rather hit a backhand all day long. You can go there occasionally, but I'd really rather, if you do, I'd rather it to be opening up that forehand side. Okay, that's not bad. We hung right there in there with them. I think we really try to beat up on that ag court side. We may have to create an opening and then go over there, but that's definitely where the weakness is. Let's see if we can see some fire from the guys, right? So close the gap. When you're starting out, remember, solid start to that bolt up the middle to cut off the angle, just like we talked about. And then I think his forehand is where I would go prefer, but up the middle. Middle, making a lot of balls to start out.
Come on, let's go.
Those are our iHeartRadio mic'd up moments as we hear how these coaches are managing their teams. One with a very positive outcome so far, and the other one just trying to find a way to stay in it, asking her men's doubles team to really step things up, close the gap right now. They're down 122-77, 10 minutes men's doubles, 10 minutes of mixed doubles to finish. Zhao Xiaolin is in to serve for the Outriders, while Kim Benoit is at the net. And then on the other side of the court, you got the dangerous Jamie Connell, who's just been crushing returns all season alongside Blue Baker. And there's a big return, but Benoit's ready, and that's a +2, and that's a way to bring some energy.
For every ball there was just insane.
Big return, misses it long. 3 points in a row for the Outriders.
And I think Jamie Connell actually, even with how well he played that singles bolt, the 2 singles bolts in return, he thrives in the doubles returning, which is crazy because there's 2 people on the court. You'd think it's harder to return, but he just absolutely tees off and a lot of the time just goes straight at the net guy.
Connell to serve, big kick out wide. Great return by Benoit. Xiaolin poaches, couldn't do enough. Now Baker's turn, +1 for the Inferno.
Baker's all over that net, and that makes him so good. The closer you can get into the net, especially in this format where you can get 2-pointers, the better.
Great dipping forehand down low, and the good news continues for England as that goal was taken away from Norway. Still 1-1. Everything going the Inferno way, 125-80. Connell serves to the Benoit forehand, goes down into the net. They're playing 2 back on that serve, giving them some space. Baker, Connell have some tough returns to hit. Right at the middle, Baker's ready. Benoit going hard at it. Joaquin Benoit, he's going to be having an interesting watch party tonight from Argentina. Get to watch him after both arcs finish tonight.
Well, Uswe Arcanada too.
That's right. Uswe Arcanada as well, born in Argentina. Maybe we'll see if they're going to be watching it together.
Big Argentina fan. I think she actually just went to the game recently, last week.
We have been seeing some of these players go to the games, take advantage of the World Cup being here in Atlanta. One of the best parts for these players is that they have salaries that they do here, so they can rely on that money. They know they can afford to go to these World Cup games and then just build on top of it with the prize money tonight. And so I think tonight the ticket will pay for itself for the Team Inferno.
Even more, so much motivation for Uswe. Looking for that MVP, looking for her team to win, looking to pay those World Cup tickets.
And if Argentina and England win, guess where they will play the semifinal?
Where?
Right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Sounds like people got to come to the World Cup and to intense tennis.
Try to bring some of those fans over. Baker goes with that volley down the line, but Benoit's ready. 129.84, 7 minutes remaining. First place is on the line. Inferno can see that spot getting closer and closer. Well, they're bringing the energy that Coach O'Connell wanted from them. And Inferno's going to use a timeout because no lead is big enough at this point in time. Harp's going to get them ready. Connell as well going to get some of that in. As we take a look at that prize money, I was talking about it. Look at what these teams have been able to rack up on top of their salaries. This is not common in professional tennis for players to make this kind of money in a short amount of time, and especially guaranteed salaries what brought a lot of these players here. Financial security has been a big thing that's been missing in the other traditional tennis tours. And on top of that, these players have been having a blast. Maybe not tonight for the Outriders, but the rest of the time, they have been having an amazing experience. And coming up after this is going to be the Altitude coming up against Sting, and we see on that iHeartRadio practice court, Coach Ferreira is talking to his team, trying to get them ready. They've lost 4 in a row. Their playoff hopes are dwindling, but they can keep it alive with the win tonight. Jolene's going to try to keep that first place dream alive right now as Baker goes for another ball that was going long. They go for it again, overplaying. It could have been at least 5 points the other way on the board for them, and every little bit counts.
Especially at this point, everything counts. Oh God, that's so good from Blue. And I think Blue is such a confidence player, and the way he played tonight and the way he played last arc, it's just going to get better and better.
Blue Baker +8 on the night, building on his +5 in their previous arc. Gets that volley, goes down the middle. Great job, he's ready. Signals again, they keep it going. Goes right at the Benoit forehand, but he's ready for it. +1 Outriders.
I love that Jamie Connell actually looks upset by that miss he just had, even though they're up by so much. That just shows how motivated this team is.
You can't reach this level of tennis without wanting to be as good as you can be every single moment, no matter the score. I like that from him as a competitor. He doesn't play the score, he just plays the moment and always tries to get better. 135.87, forehand return down the line. Benoit +2.
That's the type of close you're looking for, especially now. Again, we keep looking for those +2ers as much as you can.
Cross-court rally goes the Outriders' way. Charlene running over there. 5.5 minutes remaining before mixed doubles. Good kick hit to the forehand, but Connell gets it down. Pushes him all the way out. Angle goes back to him. Down the middle was not covered by Baker. Overhits that forehand. That's a better forehand return down the line. Benoit to serve. Benoit from University of North Georgia, just a little bit north of Atlanta. All-American there. Both of these players, one of the most decorated players in their respective universities, helping their team get into a first place here in the 2026 season of Intense, but right now they have not been able to put it together to take down the Inferno and win this season series.
And Inferno has just been so dominant. After the way that they started, it's been so incredibly impressive how they've played better and better. And even last arc, when they lost the Outriders, they actually played quite well, I thought. And tonight, just absolute domination.
Kick into the body backhand. I thought Benoit was there. He let it go. +2 for the Inferno. Baker there, gets down to the ground. Connell's gonna cover. Good backhand, way to be ready. That's teamwork.
Sure is. Really putting your body on the line.
Yeah, Baker just slipping a little bit there, but Connell with the intelligent play to cover over, knowing that they're gonna attack him, and Ciolin could not get back in time to defend. Ciolin coming forward, Benoit, both of them at the net, too low for Connell to get it over.
I like that play. I like the sneaking into the net and just rushing your opponents. You gotta start just doing anything here. Just throw the kitchen sink. Just do something to change up the rhythm, but how do you change that up?
Well, the way Connell uses that right hand to push that backhand forward, almost gets a little bit of underhand spin to generate that +2. And Ty Gentry, he is back in, sets up that volley right there by Connell. Outriders are going to take a timeout. 145-93, they are down.
All right, net action, let's go. Make those returns, solid returns. A lot of action from you. Let's do our little thing just to get practice here. When on his serve, I want you coming in serving that lefty serve, especially on that ad port side. So let's do a quick change, okay? Just for fun, but just move. Have fun with. Just got nothing to lose. Just go. Just go.
Take a quick look at those standings. We talked about this a couple times tonight. The Outriders and the Inferno tied for first place, looking like Inferno's going to take this to 4-2, and have to give a shout out to Jonathan Stokey. These are the two teams that he said would be in first place as we get to the playoffs, so he has been right so far. Inferno doing a great job. Coach Jim Harp managing his team from the start. Ty Gentry coming in, University of Oregon, first action of the season, known for his doubles with the size and the length that he has, the power he brings to cover the net. 146-93.
I'm just looking like he's having so much fun. And of course he is, because their team is winning, but just even for the first time playing, you want to be as loose as possible, and he really is that. But I do want to go back to what Amy O'Connell said, and I love that she said, you know what, guys, let's practice. There is no losing here. And I like that she can just go out and just try to have her team do something new and just try something so that next time they play, they'll be extremely ready.
You just replay that point. You got to give the ball keeper a little bit of time to get out of there. So it is server's pace, but you got to keep it safe too. Zhao Xiaolin to serve. 2.5 minutes remaining before mixed doubles. Gentry gets that return down low. That's really difficult when you try to poach and it just clears the net. It's a very awkward volley to hit. Tries to go kick body, but misses it long.
Corey Craig is now back in. Let's see how effective his lefty serve will be here in this dubs.
And Craig, in the few minutes he has played in doubles this season, he actually has been effective. It's like Connell. You wouldn't think that their games translate from singles to doubles, but just bringing in that lefty spin on the serve brings a different look, a different spin, and it can create some havoc. With that ball sitting up for Gentry, that's a nice, comfortable volley. That's a point for the Inferno.
Oh, and another sub. interesting. It seems like they're taking on the freeze tactic of switching out who's serving and who's returning and subbing every time.
Good kick out wide to Baker, and the poach by Benoit, +2. Couple points in a row for the Outriders. Final minute before mixed doubles. Jolene serving quick. Gentry, great return down the line, comes forward, +2 on that overhead.
Oh, would have been a good time for a quick serve.
Inferno team loving that for Gentry. He's been patiently waiting for his opportunity. Gets it as Ryan Gaskin was not in the lineup tonight. And Gentry just making his coach very happy with that pick. Each team has 4 men and 4 women on each team, but only 3 and 3 are on the active roster for each night. And that's what's very different for coaches. They have to make that choice every single time they come out. Coach Harp, he is still locked in. They are up by 50. Doesn't matter. Look at these people keep coming. Gentry once again, +2.
So good. I mean, with that wingspan and that height for both of them, what a team.
Big serve by Baker.
Oh no.
Coach Jim Harp was hit outside of the player's box. And that is actually going to be a point for the Outriders. If you are not in the box,
to them tonight.
you do get hit. That is a point for the other team. So that's one of the few things going right for the Outriders. We'll come back. We're going to have 10 minutes for something more to happen for the Outriders, but it's going to be tough. Stay with us as we finish it off.
We're here to give a little pep talk to our new generation, to let them know what is tennis about, not only tennis, but also life.
Locking in means to me being in the flow state, having the mentality that I want to win this. Tennis is a very mental game. It's about positive self-talk.
Talk to yourself the way you talk to your doubles partner.
All the negativity that people may tell you, let that be a motivation for you.
There's no limitation for you guys. You can achieve everything you want.
Just keep believing in yourself.
Intense is team tennis that's faster, louder, and with real cash on the line.
Your partner can't make serve.
Watch the most relentless tennis league.
You know, shaky mustachio, man.
On the planet, live.
Argonaut approaches. Jolene is ready as well. +2.
This was incredible.
Intense. Tennis turned up.
Intense is brought to you by Solaris, founding partner and official focus and education partner of Intense. Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia, inside Stage 5 at Assembly Yards. The Intense Arena has been going back and forth with the Inferno and the Outriders, but it has been all Inferno tonight. As you can see the points there, 41 points by Ushue. 35 points by Connell, 34 points by Baker. Baker's really building up some great momentum as we go deeper into the season.
Coach Jim Hart must be so happy with that. With his whole team, every single person was involved tonight, and every single person did a great job. Some of the previous arcs they've played, there's been a couple that were carrying, but tonight, gosh, every single person really did their jobs.
We got 10 minutes remaining in mixed doubles, but look at the plus minuses for the Inferno team. Plus 19.5 for Arcanata, 7 for Connell, 11 for Baker, 13.5 for Chung. That is just tough. Even Francis Altic getting her in there with a +1. Gentry's going to work his way in there. He's -1, but I think he'll get in some mixed doubles action. Wouldn't be surprised if they get a clean sweep across the board. Yao Xiaolin in on the near side with Sofia Cabezas, Ushue Arcanat, and Jamie Connell in on the far side. 10 minutes remaining until the Inferno can lock up first place with backhands like that. +2. High formation, Connell serves it up, goes big off the net, off the line, Xiaolin gets there. We play Let's Add Intense. Cabezas trying to use that lob that was so successful the last time these two teams played, couldn't get it to drop. Body forehand serve. Connell goes line. Arconada poaches. Not there, but Connell's ready. Cabezas with the reflex gets it back in. Down the middle. Point Outriders.
And I'd love to see the Outriders here just swing a little bit more free. Just absolutely go. Balls to the wall. You just got to go.
I think Cabezas is just trying to maintain her focus. It's not easy. Did not look ready for that ball. They are down by 54. There's the poach, but got it too far cross court by Arconada. Goes against Shalene is in. Connell ready. +2.
What was your favorite post-match celebration?
Well, I think, last time the Inferno won,
What about yours,
with the popcorn.
though, personally, while you were playing in
I didn't
college
win enough
or?
matches to have memories.
Oh, come on. What about college tennis?
I was watching my teammates succeed.
Ugh.
I was too busy playing.
Okay, well, you still
I was one of the last
celebrate.
people off the court.
Still celebrate after.
I was just normal, come on kind of guy and just move on with my day. I was that person where when I won, it was more relief than happiness.
I kind of agree with that. I was that way too, actually. Oh, Cabezas is very upset.
Frustration from Cabezas. Smacking that ball in the net, understandable. Been a toughest night for the Outriders. Toughest night for any team so far. Definitely the biggest margin of defeat. Inferno up by 60. Off the net goes in. Arconada's going to be there. Hammond with the angle volley, +2. Jolene playing quick. 7 minutes remaining. Too much to overcome, but he's going to continue. Tiebreakers go to the total points won at the end, and that plus-minus difference for these teams. So if there is a tie, it will come down to some of these tiebreakers. So they got to keep playing all the way to the end. And that's why you see these teams playing so hard. Connor goes big down the line, continues to rack up points.
How good must this feel for the Inferno, JY? To not only to win and be in first place, but to win by this much.
And to erase the final emotional defeat they had against this team. Because now they'll be able to say they barely beat us and then we crushed them. So they're going to be very confident that they won't play this team again unless they make it to the finals. Connell, there he goes one more time.
Why did he look angry after that?
Was he angry?
Yeah, he looks angry.
Gentry is in, +2, and that's going to put him in the positive category for the night. All Inferno players doing a great job contributing. 173, 108. Lob to Gentry, but oh, come on, he's going to be there. Look at that move backwards, scissor kick overhead. And Buzgaru is in with Ciolin. Heavy topspin forehand. 5.5 minutes remaining. A great serve, but Gentry does a great job to get it to come down. That wingspan is tough. Arconada trying to poach, but good read by Ciolin. Right at her, Arconada's ready, goes down to her feet. Ciolin covers, +1 Outriders. Timeout by the Inferno.
Classic Jim Harp calling it right as the toss went up.
Why not use your timeouts, right? And just
absolutely
let this victory drag on.
Talk about England.
Fran in for Uswe, right? We're going to play for a little bit, and we're going to finish with Blue and Naomi, okay? I don't know exactly what time, but I'll call another timeout and make a double switch, okay? Let's do it. Let's go. Hey, run it up, Fran. Let's go. Run it up.
You hear that coaching there, telling him to run it up. He doesn't know what time's left on the clock, but he knew what time was left on the clock the last time these two teams were up against each other. The clock was running down, 20 seconds left when that final point started. And the Inferno were down 2, and they just could not get it together. And the last time they came out. This was the last time they came out after bouncing back from that tough loss, that popcorn celebration.
I gotta get me some popcorn. Have you tried the popcorn yet?
No. I don't want to get stuck in my teeth, you know,
I
when
understand.
I'm talking here. And then when I leave,
Ruins
the
your
concessions
beauty.
are closed. Yeah, I don't think you guys want to see me flossing in between, you know, words.
Yeah, as attractive as that would be, let's pass on that one. I have heard through those around here, though, JY and Maria, that the popcorn is very good. And Jamie tells me that okay, so he goes on to say he smelled like popcorn for days. And I said, but you did shower, right? And he's like, yeah, but he goes, I could smell it for days, even though he was very happy to have the TO celebration become his own in a way. So, yeah, one of the, I guess, I told him it would beat the Gatorade bath and being sticky all night, so he said he'd take it.
I think at the end of the season, our broadcasting team needs to do a little popcorn shower.
+2 for the Outriders, 175-117. Bushgar going back on the serve, 2 back. Gentry trying to go for that angle volley. In with Francis Altic, 175-118. 4 minutes remaining before first place goes officially to the Inferno. Look at the way he closes. That's what made him so successful at the University of Oregon, making it all the way to the #1 spot in the lineup.
Well done, Ty Gentry. I love it. I love his court coverage. It's so good.
Bushgar doing a great job getting it down low. So tough hitting those half volleys. Trying to get it over the net without popping up. That's a good return.
Wow.
Looking for that poach. I'll take the serve. Vanderbilt star helped them win a national championship there. Now trying to help Inferno get a national championship, having to recover from serious knee injuries that put her out for a long time, got hurt as her career was taking off at the professional tours. That knee just fell apart in the middle of a match. Brutal experience, but she has found her way back and is going to be with that first place team of the Inferno, though Xiaolin keeps coming. Altic will take a break as Naomi Chung is going to be in.
And I think maybe Blue's going to come in pretty soon, too. It sounded like that was Jim Harp's plan. Just give everyone playing time. Why not?
Big serve, a good return. Chong is ready to get it down low. Xiaolin comes in, backhand down, the line is long. There's your call. Blue Baker is in alongside Chong. Gonna finish this for the last 2 minutes. Do not want the Outriders to generate any type of momentum that they can get some belief from that they are better than what tonight has shown.
What do you do if you're the Outriders?
Cry
How do you bounce back, though,
with tissues.
after crying?
No, I think, look, sometimes when things are so bad, you actually don't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
As long as it's, you know, which I imagine, just understanding these players, getting to know them, they're a bunch of hard workers that want to win. And it's just a bad night. And when you have a team like that, it already works so hard and is focused, you say nothing, you throw in the back, you never talk about it again, you just keep moving forward. Sometimes just bringing this back up, sometimes it's just not helpful to continue to think about it. The only time you bring it up is if you want to send a message to an undisciplined team.
It's true.
Final 50 seconds. Arconada is in here to finish it off with Baker. 182-127. Cabezas also comes back in. Try to stabilize it.
Already packing his bags. Oh, something must have just happened. Ryan Gaskin gasped at his...
I thought they just had the score up. He's got it on video there.
He does.
Final 20 seconds. Big serve into the net. Baker's 8th fault. More than made up for it with all the +2s he's had this evening. Cabezas to serve with 10 seconds left. Return down the line. Xiaolin is ready. Arconada could not get there. +2 for the Outriders. Final point. Xiaolin 4 points in a row, but no matter. This might help them with the tiebreakers later on if things tie, but it has been all Inferno the entire night. Won by the Inferno. Great job by them as we get to take a look at tonight's prize money that's powered by Payment Labs. $9,000 that goes to that team, helping them move up that prize money leaderboard. Maria, give us your thoughts on tonight.
Just all complete and domination from Inferno. Unstoppable. Every single bolt won by them. You're the Outriders. They're getting out of here quick. They're going back home, taking the night off, going back to the drawing board, getting back to work. But you're Inferno. Boy, are you celebrating.
Yeah, another one who's going to be celebrating is Ushuaia Arconada. She's tonight Solaris lock-in plays. And she came out really strong in women's singles, got things going. Plus 19.5 on the night. Very consistent and steady all the way through. You do not see a drop in the level. Incredible night for them. Let's go down with Kelly, who's got Ushuaia along with Blue Baker.
I do indeed. I wasn't sure I was going to let Blue off the hook so he could see the end of this England and Norway match, but he said, no, I'm good. First place, guys. How does that sound?
Oh, we're in first place?
You are, indeed, after this win tonight. So it sounds even better now, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, we had a tough match with them last time, so we wanted to come out here and kind of kick their asses, and we did today, so that's great.
Why were you able to do that tonight so differently, Blue?
I think, when you lose, it hurts, right? And I think when we lost by 1 point, we were coming back from I think it was 20 or 25, and we got it back to the last 10 seconds in the last match, and then we lost, and we were really hurting after that. And I think we all stuck together as a team, and we all just dug in, and we just performed like that, and that's what we're going to do from now on. So it's normal.
The secret to the chemistry for you guys, it's very evident on the sidelines. It's very evident as you switch in and out for one another. Where does that come from?
I think it comes from spending a lot of time together, a lot of time on the court, hanging out outside of it, and we just all created a close bond from the first night, pretty much, and yeah, we're a great team together.
I just loved how you lit up when Ty got out there tonight. He worked so hard for him to get in for the first time this season. Did that mean a lot to all of you?
Yeah, we gave Ryan a good chance, and Ryan did his fair due, and he's great. We love him so much. But again, like you said, this is super hard to get a momentum, right? So if you're not playing, it's tough to keep going. So we gave Ty a chance tonight, and obviously he did fantastic, hit like 4 overheads in a row. So we gave him Jim gave him the opportunity, and he took it. So it's great for him.
I thought maybe Ryan got the night off for the match. I wasn't sure.
He thinks that, but that's not the case.
It'd be a very good night if you pulled that up as well. But congratulations to both of you.
Thank you so much.
I'm praying that England win. Come on, let's go.
Guys.
Thanks, Kelly. Blue Baker runs off there to the phone to check on the England-Norway soccer match, but just a great all-around team effort for them. But let's take a look at the other side of the net for the Outriders. What do you think about their performance?
It wasn't great, unfortunately, but also when Inferno's playing that well, it's hard, right? It's a double whammy of your opponents are just playing great, but you're also not having your best day collectively as a team and each person individually on that team. So again, you go back to the drawing board. There's still a lot of tennis to be played. There's still a lot of intense tennis to be played, and they're still a team. They're still in this, so they should still be positive continuing on in this season.
Yeah, and a lot of things can happen between now and then. So the Inferno are going to take first place, but there's been a lot of arcs that have been moving things back and forth. We had the Inferno that started the week off that helped them get to 3-2, beating the Ridge. 2 dominating performances by them this week. The Rise beating the Sting. That brought the Sting down to second place. The Rips and the Fortune. Rips staying in that playoff picture. The Smash with a dominating performance over the Freeze. They feel like they're the team to beat in this league, but the Inferno have every right to say we are the best, even though they are 4-2, along with the Freeze that are 4-2. The Sting are going to come out with the altitude. As we look at these standings, only the top 2 teams from each conference will make it on into the playoffs. First place of one conference plays the second place of the other conference. And so a lot's going to be going on the line. Coming up after is going to be the Altitude versus the Sting. So the Altitude have lost 4 in a row. Can they get back in it? They are still in the playoff race if they can win out. And for the Sting, they've been struggling to find their identity. But the Inferno definitely have their identity. They have their momentum building. Blue Baker, back-to-back great performances. And maybe they found a third option there when it comes to doubles and mixed doubles with Ty Dentry. That's going to be a very exciting option for the Inferno. But the stability that Chong and Arcanata have brought, man, that team, no pun intended here, but they're red hot on fire, doing a great job. So they're going to go in and watch that soccer match. For us, we're going to take a very short break, and we're going to come back with the Altitude and Sting. Stay with us. We'll be back for more.